Hello, hello. I believe we are live on Direct Mail Monday, June 22nd, 2020. Steve Sipress here. Should be short and sweet today. Have a very simple and foolproof test for you when you absolutely know. Now, you should always, almost always, I mean, of course, it always depends on your target who and what you're selling and all that, but you should use any excuse you can to use direct mail. It's the most profitable form of advertising, marketing, sales that there is and ever has been and likely ever will be, but certainly is right now, and right now more than ever. So you should always be using it, but when, if you aren't, when should you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that absolutely it's time to be using direct mail? Maybe you used it 20 years ago and you've stopped because you thought the internet was the end-all, be-all, ooh ah, shiny object. I got to chase that. You made the big mistake of leaving direct mail, or maybe you've never used it yet. But here's the test. Well, ask yourself, and I think you'll answer it yourself, but where do you get more attention? Well, let me ask, have you, just ask yourself, have you, growing up, were you in a small number of kids, siblings, or a large number of siblings? In other words, were you like an only child, or maybe you had one brother or sister, or you had 8 or 9 brothers or sisters? Did you ever go to a class in school and you were one of 5 or 10 kids in the class with the teacher, or one of 30 or 50, or in college one of 300 or 600 or 1,000 people in the room with the one professor in the front? Which way do you think it's easier to get attention? If you're in a class with only 5 students with that professor, an advanced class, maybe by the time you're senior year, you're taking advanced whatever, and you're in with that top professor that attracts 1,000 students to his basic class, but you work and work and work so you can get in the class with him or her as one of only 5 students. Doesn't that mean you can finally get their attention one-on-one, get some input from them, get your questions answered, get them caring about you and helping you a lot better than you can in a room of 1,000, right? If you're 1 or 2 kids, you're likely much easier to get attention from the parents than if you're one of 8 or 10 kids. I hear it all the time, and you'll see it in the movies, the Brady Bunch and whatever, like, the kids vying for the attention and crying and moaning, oh, gee, I did this, but I don't get attention because, there's Sally and Mary and this and that and whatever and this and that. Well, it's the same with your advertising and marketing, right? Do you want to advertise somewhere on the internet, or, in the good old days, I worked 3 years for a Yellow Pages publisher. Would you rather be in a heading where there's 50 different ads for plumbers, or a heading where there's only 3 different ads for plumbers? Like in one of the minor Yellow Page books, like the Greek Yellow Pages, or the Polish Yellow Pages, or the Russian Yellow Pages. They had all these in Chicago. Or the Christian Yellow Pages. There might be only 1 or 2 full-page ads for attorneys, for plumbers, for heating and air, for some of the top, most popular look-up categories in the Yellow Pages. But if you turn to the phone book, well, there's 50 pages, at least 30 pages of full-page ads of lawyers, and then there's all the half pages and whatever. There's 50 pages of lawyers. And there's full pages in the different headings, like divorce law and this law and that law. So very tough to break through and get attention when there's lots of commotion, lots of competition, lots of stuff going on. So here is the test. When you are receiving hardly any direct mail in your own mailbox, that's when you can tell, hey, I ought to jump in here. I'm going to very easily, or much easier than ever before, get people's attention, because I'm going to be pretty much the only piece of mail landing in their mailbox other than something that's just obviously a pile of junk or a bill or some nonsense I don't want to get. Today's mail, we had 2 pieces of mail. We had a brochure from Costco, where we're members, so some kind of, it's the monthly specials or whatever, and I had my one of my bank statements from one of my bank accounts. That's it. If anyone would have sent any kind of direct mail from any kind of business at all, I'm likely to have torn right into it and go, aha, something I want to look at, something I want to see. That's what the one piece was from Costco. I have a feeling my beautiful wife Michelle's going to open that up and go right through it. It's the only piece she has to look at today to see what stuff is on sale and what new stuff she wants to buy and how she wants to decorate and this and that for that. I mean, she's always, today she had to go outside and see the The 4th of July decorations went up today. Look at the front door when you get a chance, and which one do you like for the centerpiece on the table, and this and that. And what, like, oh, we got these, he's explaining to me, we got these flowers, and we got this and that. And her mom, who's a master professional arrangements at flower shops, is doing these arrangements. Well, okay, blah, blah, blah. But that's it. That's what arrived in the mail. That one piece from the Costco and the bank statement. So where was your piece? Because it would have gotten our attention and likely would have gotten lots more attention. So check this out. I don't know if you've ever used these or ever received them, but I'm going to show you two things. The Clipper magazine, this will prove my point, and the Valpak mailer. Now these are the group mailers or whatever you want to call them. These are direct mail. It's the cheapest way to do direct mail because you don't have to come up with your own everything, your own envelope, your own list, your own piece, your own postage, your own anything. You just pay a certain amount and you get, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 inserts into the various Valpaks that go to the different neighborhoods, or the different Clipper magazines go to the different neighborhoods. Okay, but I don't know if you can tell, but this is shocking. Look at this. Now, if I still had one here from like a year ago, or if you go back and see one of my direct mail Monday videos, a couple of years ago, I did one where I went through every single flyer, piece, coupon, whatever you want to call it, in a Valpak. There was 30 or 40 of them. It took well over an hour, but I critiqued them all. So that is a good one to go back and watch. Lots of critiques on what to do, what not to do when you're using direct mail. But this one, I'm going to open it up here, but what does this have, like 10? So if now's the time to get in the Valpak, folks, it's likely the same cost, or here's the great, really bonus great news, it's likely even cheaper to get in the Valpak now, where you'll get more attention, have less competition, than 4 months ago before the great shutdown, before the destruction of the entire economy, and the insulting phrase came in that you are a non-essential person, your business not essential, so you'll go bankrupt and you'll go out of business because we, the government, have deemed that you are not essential. You are getting kicked to the wayside. I mean, amazing. Whoever thought that would happen in America? But I digress. So here's the thing. Usually when I go through these, and again, you can see in the past I've gone through the Valpaks, there'll be 3 windshield repairs, a big business here in Arizona, windshield repair, because there's not grass landscaping here, there are rocks, and they're always getting tossed up and smashing into windshields when you're going 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, and bang, and likely because of that, there is no deductible on windshield replacement. You get one a year. So pretty much everybody gets their windshield replaced every year. It's free. Any crack in it or whatever, it's free. There's no ding to your insurance. Your cost doesn't go up on insurance. Everyone just does it. Therefore, a lot of competition to get all those great, you don't have to do anything. It's like a necessity. Everybody pretty much gets it, so you don't have to, but pretty much everyone gets one. So there's a whole bunch of windshield repair. There's usually 3 or 4 of them in a Valpak. Let's see if there's maybe just one in this one. Because if you've seen my previous videos on the Valpak, that's the downside of the group mailing, is if I have a cracked windshield and I say, oh, there's always one of those in the Valpak, let's open this up, and there's 3 of them, and one says, $50 rebate. After the insurance pays for it, we'll give you an extra 50. We'll give you an extra 60, says the other one, and we'll give you an extra 70, says the other one. Which one do you think I'm choosing? You're competing on price. You're admitting, you're making yourself out. You're describing yourself as a commodity. You're not telling me why you're $70 because you're 3 times as good as the one that only gives $50 back. You're not doing any of that. You're just competing on price, which means you live by competing on price. You die by competing on price. But what if there's only one of them in here now? What if there's only one window and door guy, one heating and air guy, one whatever? If I am a homeowner that has a need, and now there's only 1 or maybe 2 in the industry in here instead of 3 or 4, big benefit to the 1 or 2. So let's check it out. Let's get out the old Rhino of the day. There it is, the Rhino letter opener. And last Direct Mail Monday I shared some feedback. Someone watched one of my videos and said, man, you scared me. You waved the scissor right at me in the camera. Ooh, ah, ooh. Does this really scare you? I'll give you a hint. You're not here. Okay, I can't actually hurt you with this. Shouldn't really scare you, or maybe, maybe there's a coupon in here for a psychiatrist to help you get over that. But anyway, let's go through the Valpak. Open this thing up, and this should give you a hint. Holy moly, because of the great shutdown, people made the idiotic, stupid, perfectly backwards move. I mean, the majority is always wrong about everything, and in this case, the majority of business owners cut their advertising. Big mistake. The few that are left are raking it in over the past 3 months. And that's it for the Valpak. Maybe a dozen, maybe 15 instead of the normal 40, or maybe even 50 now that if this is 15, and I think it is. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16. Wow, this is 19. That means, because normally it's 2 or 3 times as thick. It's probably usually 50 or 60 in here. So let's see what we got. We got custom cabinets, one of them. There's the old cracked windshield. We guarantee $100 cash back on top of the insurance, and we come to you. And then we got a, I don't know, what is that? I think it's just a drink place. Yeah, $2 off a drink. It's like a coffee place. Oh, another garage cabinet. So, bummer. It's 2 garage cabinets. Home security system. That's, I think, is a national placement. Oh, a local cigar place. Maybe extra smart because people are staying at home and not going out, and they want to smoke a cigar on their porch or whatever. Oh, an attorney. Living trust flat fee. What's this one? Wow. Stay safe, shop online. Don't know what it's for. Oh, savings.com. There you go. They're looking to capitalize on the great shutdown. Garage door problems. Usually about 3 of those in here. An arcade. 1 game of free bowling in an arcade. That's a ballsy one. I don't know, maybe they just reopened. They ought to say that on there. We just reopened. So people will wonder and throw it out and go, gee, I wonder, are they opened? Maid service. I don't know. I've had a lot of, over the past few months, we've had a few contractors come by. Somebody was a vent cleaner, the bug guy, there was somebody else, and they wouldn't come in the house. They wouldn't even come in the house. So maid service, you might say, hey, we'll come in the house, and we'll wear a mask, and we'll, dress like we're on a space, we're in outer space. Another garage door problem. I think that's 3 garage door people, 2 or 3. Iron works, iron doors, tires, grout. Oh, another closet. I think that's the 3rd, although this doesn't look like it's garage, so it's kitchen closets. Garage door repairs. That's 3rd or 4th of those. And you would think with people not going out, what do they care for garage doors? No, you're quarantined and shut down and locked down, but of course it's opening up. But what's this one? Oh, Valpak is advertising for itself. Please put an ad in the Valpak. Oh, and we'll give you, here's an irresistible offer. We'll give you, oops, on this side. We'll give you a free month. Boom. Spring savings. Oh, cell phone, consumer cellular. And finally, another cigar place. Oh, bummer. I didn't know if that's a common one, but you got 2 cigar places, only 1 windshield guy. There it is, ding, ding, ding. So normally there's 3 or 4 of those guys in here battling it out. And now, because of this paltry, minuscule Valpak envelope mailing, oh, and by the way, I didn't find my $200 that I could have found. $200. I'm guessing I would have found it if it was actually in here, but I did what they said. I did look inside. However, not much there, right? Boom, away they go. And same way, Clipper coupon is maybe half the size of it normally is. So I won't go through here about this, but it's pretty much going to be the same thing. one pizza place, one burger place, one closet thing. There it is on the cover. One of these, two of these, maybe. So there's the test, folks. You want to get attention. You want to stand out. You want to be a big fish in a small pond. That's how you stand out, right? It's an adage probably as old as the earth, as old as man has been on the earth. You want to stand out. You want to be a big fish in a small pond. You want to be the only child. You want to be in the small seminar class in college, not the big lecture hall. You want to get into the locker room to see the team. When you won a contest, you're the only fan gets to go backstage with the rock group or into the locker room with the players, not be one of the 50,000 people in the stands. The rock group or the players are not really going to give you attention when you're one out of 50,000. So you want to look for opportunities when there's not a lot of noise and not a lot of competition. And right now, that's direct mail, folks. If you're different than me and you're receiving heaps of direct mail every day, I mean, when I was a kid, it was like, 2 pieces today, likely maybe 1 or 2 tomorrow. And the 2 pieces, again, was 1 piece from a business, some kind of catalog, and the other one was a bank statement. So really 1 piece of commercial mail got all our attention today. You tell me, you still want to fight for attention on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and shiny object this and that and ooh and ah, and Google AdWords and all the shiny object fancy technology stuff? Or how about you do, I don't get I was going to say I don't get a commission for you doing direct mail. I'll help you out. Go to helpfromsteve.com and give you some advice, but it doesn't matter to my pocket. I'm not doing that. Nobody's paying me to do this. And by the way, that's one reason that there's so little use of direct mail. Who's selling direct mail? When's the last time someone knocked on your door or gave you a call or sent you an email and said, hey, I'm from a direct mail company. I want you to use direct mail. It just doesn't happen a lot. But you're going to get all the time, pay me for SEO, and I can help you with Facebook ads, and I got to show you how to do email marketing, and I'm going to show you how to do a webinar and turn that into money and blah. There's a ton of noise there. Simple test, folks. The less noise, the more you're going to stand out right now, unless you're totally different than me. Direct mail is dead as a doornail, totally still, totally quiet. This could be the time to jump in. Now, bonus tip, this isn't going to last forever, so take it with a grain of salt. The monstrous returns on investment you're going to get doing direct mail right now, not likely to last forever. Once the economy comes back and people start doing stuff and whatever, especially word gets around, they start doing direct mail again, things open up, the economy rebounds. That could take months, years, whatever it is. It's not going to be like it is right now. But right now, and I'm recording this live right now today on Monday, June 22nd, 2020, nothing better than direct mail. Nowhere where there's less noise, less competition for people's attention, where you're going to bang right into their face with your sales message. Now, of course, you want to do it right. You want to have the right message to the right people, but this is certainly the right time. Oh, and I see we got a question here. Oh, look at that. Master marketer Jeremy Danley says we are sending out 400 postcards this week. Boom! Let me ask, I know there's some delay here, but have you ever mailed out postcards before? In all the years you've been doing marketing and advertising, and Jeremy Danley is one of the country's top comedians. He not only does marketing for himself, but he, for the past number of years, has been helping other comedians and venues fill the seats and put butts in the seats, as they say in the industry, and help them with all kinds of social media and doing videos and all kinds of stuff, and a lot of point of sale stuff, signs and table toppers and newsletters or whatever. But I wonder, have you used direct mail before? Because that's the point of this video. Now's the time to check it out. Don't think the results you're going to get right now, which should be monstrous, are going to happen forever. But why would that stop you from getting them right now? Phil Brakefield, another master marketer who's been in this game helping business owners for, I think, over 50 years, says 500 super targeted brochure / order forms with deadline for early order bonus are going out next Monday. Boom! You know what I'm going to call that? I'm going to call that Direct Mail Monday. See how I did that? Kind of wraps it all up. Thanks for that input, those contributions there, Phil and Jeremy. Oh, I see another comment here. This is the first time since I've been using the new Facebook thing here for live videos. First one that actually let me know it started right away, and also the first one I'm seeing comments on. So either that means I was boring and not popular for the last few weeks, or finally I can see him the first time. Jeremy says only sent 100 last week and grabbed a prospect. Boom. And he says, of course I have. Well, of course he has. When I asked, have you used direct mail before? Because as I said, I kind of gave it away when I said he's a master marketer. Being a master marketer, of course he's used direct mail before. My pub and grub show guest today, that's industry inside jargon for like a bar that serves food, right? Pub and grub, bar and grill. His pub and grub show guest today said he'll never forget the cold letter I sent 10 years ago. Cold letter means sent to a total stranger. So boom. So Jeremy's been on top of this for years, but now is the time to take advantage of it. Last week dropped 100 postcards and got a prospect. Now, I don't know what that means, and we can get into it some other time, how many prospects you need to make a sale, what's the sale worth, what's the cost of the 100 postcards. That I can tell you, it's less than $100 between the piece, the printing, and the mail, and depending if you have to pay a professional to put together what's on the postcard. Jeremy and has been working with me for years and is a master, and it gets all kinds of input, I'm sure, from all kinds of places of how to do it right. Didn't have to pay someone to write the copy for the postcard, so it's really just the cost. Once you have that written, it's just the cost of the postcards and the postage and the printing. Boom. So even if it was $1 a piece, $100 to get a prospect. If a prospect's worth 10 grand and you close 1 out of 3 prospects, then each prospect's worth $3,300. So it costs you 100 or less to bring in 3,300. Now the last I checked, let me do the math on that. That makes sense. Keep doing that, okay? And that'll do it for Direct Mail Monday. Thanks for the input, Phil and Jeremy. Anyone else watching live on the replay, post your comments wherever you're watching this, reading it, listening to it. That'll do it for Direct Mail Monday. I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, I got something to share that is in the news, and tomorrow's the day to do it because it'll be Topical Tuesday. I hope you'll catch me then. Over and out. Where do I turn this off? Bye-bye.